Hang on a second. Aren't you Corona's mom?
Yes, I am. My name's Felicity, and you, I assume, are Brittany Allen?
That's right. It's nice to meet you, Mrs. Vieirs.
Actually, it's Ms. Morningstar. John and I never married. We were girlfriend and boyfriend, and split up when Corona was 4 years old.
Oh, so she's a bastard child?
And you are a very rude and naughty girl. How dare you refer to my daughter in such a manner?
But that's the correct name for a child born out of wedlock. Always has been.
If you persist on calling my daughter that foul and unkind name, then I will drag you back to your mother and report your behavior to her.
No need for that. Surely.
Then, I demand you apologize for your spiteful behavior towards Corona. I will not tolerate anybody being rude to, or about her.
You slapped me in the face. That's assault, and I should report you to the police and have you arrested.
I ought to have you arrested for your vile behavior towards my daughter, and criminal attitude towards me. You deserve to go to jail.
And where do you think you're going?
I would have thought that was obvious. I'm going out for a bit.
I don't think so. Your behavior this morning has been disgusting. That's why you're going to have 2 weeks to think about it. You're grounded.
But that's not fair. Why do you have to be such a bitch?
That's now 6 weeks. How dare you speak to me like that? Get your naughty bottom up to your room, right now.
I don't listen to hypocrites who tell me about my behavior when they're naughty themselves. So if you think I'm gonna go to my room, then you can go eat the shit sandwich.
Excuse me, young lady. My name's Lewis Dabson.
And what does that have to do with me?
Well, I'm new here, and I was wondering if you could help me.
Oh. No. I can't. I'm not supposed to talk to strangers. So go away.
All right then. What's your name? I demand to know.
You can demand to know my name all you want. But Mozilla Riley doesn't just give her name to random strangers she meets in the street.
Well, it looks like you just did. Mozilla Riley, I don't like your attitude. If you're this rude to everyone you meet, then I suggest you start learning yourself some manners.
Look, why don't you just piss off and leave me alone? I ain't helping you.
So you need to watch out for all of those kids. They'll be so rude and hateful to you, and try to get rid of you. I see. Thanks for your help, and the warning, Kane. You're a great help. I am glad I could help you, Lewis. I am now about to bring you into the neighborhood. Everyone who is a good person is waiting to welcome you. Thanks for inviting me to come and live here, James.
No problem, mate. Thanks for applying for a house here through our newspaper advertisement.
You see, Charlotte, I have actually been looking into the history of our fair county for the past 2 weeks, and have come across some history I don't think you've covered in your history classes.
Oh, please do share, Lewis. Which piece of Hampton history is that?
Did you know that 68 years ago, Midhampton experienced one of the biggest crime waves in history? Lots of businesses were forced into recession due to a gang of teenage criminals robbing their stores and bank accounts.
Are you talking about the great teenage business heist?
I am, and I found it most intriguing how a group of 13 and 14-year-olds could have pulled something like that off.
The reason we don't teach that part of history in our curriculum is because that heist was one of the darkest events of our town's history, as it started the Second Great Depression. All businesses were forced to close, leading to a collapse in the economy. It lasted until 1968.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was so dark. It was a banned topic, but I understand that now.
That's all right. You want to know, considering that you only moved here 2 weeks ago.
Thanks, Charlotte. I learned quite a few things from all across our county's history, like how, in 1856, our town founder, Midhampton, opened what was then a one-room schoolhouse and started teaching the children of the county.
She did indeed. It was the only school for years until schools were opened in Lower Hampton and Upper Hampton as well by Lewis and Rupert Hampton. Both schools were opened in 1869, and they served as the masters of those schools.
Didn't one of the founders marry and have a family?
You have been doing this thing properly, haven't you? Yes, Lewis Hampton eventually moved to Midhampton in 1840, married a woman named Nancy Rushman in 1842, and fathered 2 children, Jasper in 1845, and Lucy in 1849.
Whoa, this is all so enlightening. What happened in 1854?
In 1854, a flu struck the town, wiping out several people, including Lewis, Nancy and Midhampton, orphaning then 9-year-old Jasper and 5-year-old Lucy, and to prevent either of them going to a workhouse, Rupert adopted them and made sure they had normal lives.
Wasn't he the only member of their family they had left after that?
He was. And thanks to him, they grew up in a loving home, were given the finest education for 13 years each and moved on to become teachers at the university, which opened in 1857, and they were students there themselves, and both graduated with honors.
I am learning loads here, and I thank you for your help.
You're welcome. I was glad to have helped you.
The foolicles here is superoon, isn't it, Mumsy?
It certainly is, my Johnsy. It was an excellent idea to come here.
So, did you hear the latest news on the next quarry?
Well, if it isn't the naughty Mozilla Riley, what trouble have you been up to?
Since when was that any business of yours, ginger freak?
That is a disgusting attitude, young lady. You're ginger yourself, you stupid girl. By making fun of me, you're making fun of every ginger, including yourself, and your mother.
And what do you plan to do about it? Drag me off to jail?
No, but I will take you to see your mother and see what she has to say about this. And there's no choice in the matter.
Sean was absolutely right to report your behavior to me. How dare you consider it appropriate to make fun of him for being ginger, knowing that you and I are also ginger. And so are other people.
But what's wrong with that?
What's wrong with it is you're being a total hypocrite, and that's really naughty. I will not tolerate it. Go to your room this instant.
Why should I?
Because you're grounded, that's why. Go to your room. Now. I can't bear to look at you right now.
Excuse me, young lady. My name's Agent Littlewood. I'm with the Riley Help Agency. I'm here to investigate the case of the Larvantis Housing Company.
Okay, Agent Littlewood. I'm Brittany Allen. I'll answer any questions you may have about this.
Thank you for being so cooperative. What do you know about this Lucas Larvantis, and what are your dealings with him?
I'm sorry, Agent Littlewood, but there is no Lucas Larvantis, or Larvantis Housing Company. Mind if I asked why this investigation is going on?
I can tell you now, Agent Brisule, there is no Levantis housing, nor is there a Lucas Levantis. Both are made up. This trouble Millie has found herself is unwarranted.
Can you give me the name of the person you think might be behind this scam?
Actually, I can. His name's Snur. Luke Snur. He tries to pull scams like this all the time.
Can you tell me where I might find him?
Probably going around the town posting fake eviction notices through people's doors.
Thank you, Miss Riley. I'll be telling your dad how helpful you were. He's my boss.
Please, Agent Brisule. Call me Mozilla. I hope that helps you to find him. My dad put me and my brother on the case as he found out about Agent Lomax's debts.
And so, the good news is you and your family are not up for eviction. As it turns out, the landlord who posted the notice is a fraud. The Larvantis Housing Company doesn't exist.
Who is this Lucas? Luke Flaming Stinner, again. I'll have him for fraud.
We've already caught him thanks to one Mozilla Riley. He's in our custody right now.
Thank you for your help, Agent DXV.
You're welcome. And we bought your family this house. Consider it a gift.
Oh, thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
That was a day and a half. That boy was difficult to detain.
Hi Nikki, what are you doing out so late?
Oh, hi Louis. I'm waiting for my little girl to get home. She was supposed to be home 3 hours ago, and should be in bed now.
Hortense hasn't come home yet. Are you sure?
No. She hasn't. I'm really worried about her. I called the police and they're asking around all the houses. Can you help?
Of course I can. I'll ask around the other houses in this street, and move on to the shops and pubs in case she's turned up at any of them.
Thank you, Louis. You're a great help.
No problem. You go inside and sit down. We'll keep you posted if we hear anything or find her.
So this is you've been hiding all night. In a dark, dangerous wood? I was really worried about you last night.
Why didn't you come looking for me, or call the police and report me missing?
I did call the police and report you missing. The neighbors were called on for help finding you, but nobody was able to. Don't you shrug at me, young lady. Explain yourself. Why didn't you come home at the time I instructed you to last night?
I don't know.
You're a little liar, young lady. Don't you stand there and tell me you don't know why you went to the woods and stayed there all night without giving me so much as a phone call.
My phone was dying, so I turned it off.
Liar. We both know damn well why you didn't call me. You didn't even have your phone with you. It was left on your bedside table. Why didn't you bother taking it? And don't tell me you don't know, or it needed charging.
But my phone did need charging.
That's it. You are grounded for 3 weeks. How dare you go into the woods without your phone and spend the night? Anything could have happened to you out there. On top of that, how dare you cause enough worry to warrant me to issue a neighborhood search for you, and then lie to me about your phone needing to be charged when it didn't?
I can't believe you are so angry.
I have to go to work, so I need to find you a babysitter on such short notice. You, on the other hand, can just go to your room this instant, and I am confiscating your phone. Naughty girl.
Hortense Duncan, what are you doing here?
I feel sick. I thought that being a doctor, you would know that.
Wait a minute, young lady. You are not sick at all. You are nothing but a very naughty girl who likes to waste our time with cries for attention when we could be treating patients who actually need us.
But I really am feeling sick, so you can see me.
I know you're lying to me by the fact you aren't all stuffed up, or about to throw up, or clutching your stomach in pain. So leave now, or I will have you thrown out.
What was that all about, Trisha?
That was your naughty daughter trying to get me to see her for another non-existent ailment. I could tell she was lying by the fact she wasn't acting like she was sick, and kept a straight face while she was talking to me.
That naughty girl is in so much trouble when I get a hold of her. How dare she do this after being warned and promising she wouldn't?
Oh, Hortense, you are very naughty. Just because you have to repeat year 7 by every fault of your own doesn't mean you can go around causing trouble for everyone else.
Not you too, Mozilla. I thought you would understand.
I understand plenty. I also know you're actually meant to be grounded right now, and disobeying your mum by sneaking out to pretend to be sick, knowing you are going to get caught.
What are you, my babysitter? What a joke, you're only my age.
And I act a whole lot more mature than you, so I might as well just be your babysitter. So, I am taking you back to yours and putting you to bed. There's no choice about it either. Naughty little girl.